All right. I'm gonna ask some of my friends if they could join the live. If not, hey Q. Who was the right one? I'm gonna send him the. Let me go to my Instagram. Account. There's the link to the live stream. You want to come in? This for Mike too. They are. They're doing well. Oh, the video. Oh, which one? On Instagram? The Ren and Stimpy. Uh, was it on Instagram or on YouTube? Cause I never saw the video. I think it was Instagram. Was it Instagram? IG or YouTube? Yeah, that was a great. Ren and Stimpy, Ren and Stimpy's a great show. Too bad it was made by. Too bad. Oh, Messenger. Okay. Oh, on your. Let me see. Oh yeah, I know this. I. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Too bad it was made by a pedophile. Shit. I remember that. Oh crap. I remember that. Ren and Stimpy was a great show. Too bad it was made by a pedophile, alleged pedophile. Sad. It was made by Sicko John Craig Falusi. Yeah, he created the show, but too bad it, it was made by him, considering he was a freaking sicko in real life, and yeah, created by a sicko. Yeah, it's too bad it was made by a sicko. That's why I separate the art from the artist, because it's Ren and Stimpy is a great show, but its creator is a sicko. Like without Ren and Stimpy, we wouldn't have Rocco and SpongeBob, because pretty much Ren and Stimpy just pretty much paved the way for many gross out shows. Concrete for Lucy. Oh, John K. Yeah, Creek for Lucy. That goes to show you can't trust some of these people that create your shows. For example, John Kay, Butch Hartman, Dan Schneider. They may made some of the best shows on Nickelodeon. John Kay, Ren and Stimpy, Butch Hartman for the Odd Parents, when it was good. Danny Phantom. Tub Puppy was underrated. But But the Beast is horrible. Never seen it. Never seen it. I never will see that show. Like Butch Hartman is basically the M Night Shyamalan of Nickelodeon, because start off good, start off promising, but as his career went on, he just became a caricature of who he used to be. Not to mention, he was in many scandals, many allegations. He's also a very rude person, very egotistical. That's why I, I look up to people who are actually respectful, kind, and considerate to others. Like for instance, Joe Brum. Joe Brum created Bluey. He also was one of the he also was an animator on other shows such as Charlie and Lola, Peppa Pig, Ben and Holly, and Ticka Tales. But at, at, at least Joe Brum is a very kind dude, a very kind man compared to John Kay. Because John Kay is just a horrible person. I do not approve any of his actions, whether he did them or not. Same thing with Bill Cosby. Like, very great shows. Fat Albert, Little Bill, The Cosby Show. But if he did those things or not, that's up to them. Whether he did those um acts or not. Let me check the comments. There we go. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, I miss those middle school days. Like yeah. So other middle school, I got more than well. I love Southwest, but have you seen the movie called Annie? The new one, the new one or the old one? I know of Annie. I know of Annie. Um, never seen the remake. Never seen the remake, but the original I know of. Yeah, never seen a remake, but the old one I heard. Yeah, but I know the old one, the OG one, the original one. That's a song. Wait, and that's a film where Jay Z sampled that song "Hard Not Life." Well, yeah, the song from the film. Yeah, "Hard Not Life." But yeah, I know Annie. One because it's memorable. One is memorable, and two because of Jay Z sampling the song. It's a hard not life, which is very good, very dope song. Oh, wrong. right there. On Diana Ross. Yeah, yeah, I did an album review on one of her albums. Baby Is Me from the 70s. That is a dope album. Very underrated if you ask me. Yeah, Diana Ross still she's still doing her thing at 70 years old. 77. Like, how old is she now? Oh no, not 77. She's 79 years old. Dang, and she has not aged a bit. Anita Baker, another dope artist. Very dope artist. Yeah, Diana Ross, she has not aged a bit. She looks somewhere in her 50s and then 70s. Same thing with Shantae Moore. Like Shantae Moore is in her 50s, but she look like in her 30s. That shows you that those women, Diana Ross, Dawn Summer, Shantae Moore, like they age with grace. They know how to take care of themselves. Whether a sample or a remake, new school songs bring back memories. Yeah, they do. They do. That's because we grew up on many stuff from back in the day. Not a lot of these kids know about. Some kids don't know about Annie. Some kids don't know about Little Rascals, but I do. We all do. Like the real people know Annie. The real people know Home Alone, and and I'm gonna state this right now. Macaulay Culkin will always be known for Home Alone because that's pretty much a trademark in his filmography. That Home Alone will always be that one film that we all know Macaulay Culkin from. Like The Good Son was all right. The Good Son was okay. That's pretty much um Chucky Light. If you like, well, not Chucky Light. Well, it's one of those. Yeah, we all know what. Yeah, we know those films because one, we grew up with them. We grew up with those shows, with shows and films that we grew up with. Not a lot of these people know these. Not a lot of not a lot of these cats do. No, I don't think Zach got it. Well, Zach Bush do, but I don't know about Zach Taylor. I don't know if he has an Instagram. Cody does. Miranda does. You know, yeah, I can. Let me go to my Facebook Messenger. Miranda. I don't know if Miranda would join. I don't know if she could join because I don't know if she's busy or she's sleeping. Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, yeah, he was. He was. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin was in Michael Jackson Black and White. Yeah, yeah, I remember that wholeheartedly. Black and White. That's one of Michael Jackson's. Well, one of his best music videos, alongside Bad, Smooth Criminal, and one and the most well known Thriller. Yeah, Michael Jackson will always be the GOAT. Always be the GOAT. Michael's the GOAT. Not Justin Timberlake, not Future, not Chris Brown, Michael Jackson. He's the GOAT. Him, Janet, Whitney, Madonna. That's like the fourth, like the Holy Trinity right there. Michael, Janet, Whitney, Mariah, Donna. Well, yeah, Madonna, Donna Summer, Diana Ross. Those, oh, Mary J. Blige. Those are like the Holy Trinity, and they paved the way for other artists like TLC, SWV, Sierra, Alicia Keys, like many other talent, talented people. But Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, that's his trademark film. That's how I see Home Home Alone. That's his trademark film. That film is like a staple of who he is. Hey Taylor. Thank you, Rodney.
if it's sealed or still smell.
Oh my God, we're like one step closer where you would be shocked at how crazy finding your way up the proper food chain at Revlon is. We've got one step further up the food chain. So we're working on it. Like, listen, if the official reboot doesn't happen, I'm doing my own knockoff. But yeah,
get in the lab, with the perfumery lab and just create it. I'm being serious. I think actually a reissue of the perfume, because you were one of the first pop idols to have your own. Now every pop idol has a line of perfume.
They hand you your perfume deal with your record deal now, and back then it was a very innovative thing to do.
This is Totally 80s, the podcast dedicated to the music of the greatest decade ever.
Still hoping that the perfume, the cologne Electric Youth, will be
She's still good. Debbie Gibson, that woman is still gorgeous to this very day. She is still beautiful.
Okay, everybody, hello from my happy place. Listen, you're a regular when you start getting mail in your RV, and not just mail from anybody. I recognized the name on this, so I wanted to open it with you. Hold on. This lovely note from Jason Raz and Team Raz to celebrate 15 years of this beautiful album. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn you free. Look into your heart and you'll find love. Oh, listen to music of an over, give and dance and sing. That's just one big family. Inside God was taken back to be loved. So I won't hesitate. No, it cannot be. I love you. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the Prezi, Jason. I love it. And I'm yours, everybody. But you knew that already. Okay, everybody. Hello from my happy place. Listen, you're a regular when you start getting mail in your RV, and not just mail from anybody. I recognized the name. Come check this. Come check this. And shaking me up so that all I know is you come again. And here I go.
What can I watch? Let me try 365 days or after. because I love it when people shit on that franchise. That franchise is not good. Like, you can tell based off of what's to come. Like based on the performance, just based on the overall material of the film, you know that it's not good based on what it offers you.
So the third installment of the After shit show, After We Fell. It is absolutely the most boring one so far. At least when it comes to the movies. Like, say what you will about After We Collided, but at least that movie had some primo mean moments.
I'm not wearing any underwear.
Like, it seems wrong that I'm complaining that their relationship wasn't as much of a shit show this time, but like, here we are. Look, if I'm going to be covering this stuff, at least give me something interesting to work with. But I think this video is going live on Halloween, so I hope you all like my costume. Half-ass Kristen Stewart at the Telluride Film Festival. You're welcome. If I still sound sick, that's because I didn't actually have a cold. It was a bacterial sinus infection that spread into my chest, so now I'm on some, like, primo antibiotics. Before a recap, this is the third installment of the After series, and if you're unfamiliar, you should watch my first two videos where I go through both the movies and the books that those movies are based on, which I'm going to be doing again here today. But it's another one of those series that's based on fan fiction. The movies are actually produced by Wattpad Studios, but instead of being like fan-written stories about fiction, it's like fan non-fiction fiction. Basically, the author wrote a fan fiction where her self-insert character ends up with Harry Styles of One Direction, and then all the other One Directioners are along for the ride. So Harry is now Hardin, Zayn is Zed, and so on. By the time it's reached the movies, the only thing that really remains is the British accent, but for some reason, his accent seems so fake that other British people think he's not British, but he is. It's the most interesting thing. Anyways, this fanfiction is long. Like, these books are thick, like way more so than they need to be. So much is slammed into these puppies that major plot points from the books are just completely omitted from the movies because there's just no time for any of it. So by the time we get to the third movie, those plot omissions have now caused major strays in the overall story. But some of the things they choose to leave out of the movies, holy shit, truly something that could only exist in fanfiction. Even if they had followed things as closely as they could, something would still have to get cut because this book is 848 pages. Even when listening to it at 3 times speed and reading along at the same time so my brain can actually process the words, it took over 8 hours to finish this book. That's more than a traditional work day when it's already been sped up 3 times. And to get through this behemoth of a story without wanting to put my head through a window, I turn to the power of today's sponsor, Audible. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word and cheaper to film in Eastern Europe instead of Atlanta. But obviously, filming 2 movies back-to-back in Bulgaria made it so that some casts may not have been able or wanted to return. Like, what movies are filmed in Bulgaria? This movie has replaced Tessa's mom, which honestly, thank God, Selma Blair was already way too good for these movies, let alone to be shipped out to Bulgaria. Tessa's friend and Hardin's stepbrother Landon, Tessa's boss and mentor to Hardin, Christian Vance, and his new wife Kimberly, and Landon's mom Karen, who's been played by a different actress in every single movie. Also, characters that play major roles in the books and had major roles in previous installments are just not here anymore. We hear about our boy Sprouse, but don't actually see him, and he confirmed that he wasn't coming back, so I don't know if they like recast him or if they've just written him out of the series. Zed is completely omitted, as well as Tessa's old roommate Steph and nemesis Molly. So most of the interesting character dramas are just gone. Totally deprived of another
hey, I'm good to see you. How you been? Fucking treasure
moment. Let's hop into the movie and I will weave in some of the many differences between it and the book. One of the big issues with this movie, though, is even after cutting all that stuff out of the books, they're still not left with enough time to really like explore any of the ideas that they're bringing up. Maybe they'll get back to some or most of them in the next movie, but it doesn't really feel like there's any follow through on concepts or things introduced. And in some areas, the book actually does handle it better and follows through on some of those ideas, but these movies are just suffering from the fact that they originate in fan fiction. It is steeped in the fan fiction. To cover these books correctly, it absolutely should have been a series versus a series of movies, and then that probably just like would have ended up on the CW and done really well, but that's not what the world got, which is probably good for me. Probably. This movie feels like it exists specifically to set up a bunch of plot points that might get executed on later, except unlike Dune, it wasn't interesting or good. Even audiences weren't impressed with this stinker. So let's start with where we left off, but a quick little aside, when I was going back through my last video just to make sure I remembered all of the insanity of the plot points, I realized that Tessa's ex Noah is Theo from You Season 3. Worlds colliding. Anyways, after a huge fight with Hardin, who then runs off back to London, Tessa asks to be transferred to the Seattle campus of WCU and continue her paid internship at Vance Publishing, the company that is owned by Hardin's mentor. Really getting that space she needed. In the movie, I think she's offered the job and the opportunity to move, and they say they'll cover her tuition and living expenses and still give her paid internship work as a first-year university student, which is stupid. But eventually Hardin comes around, he comes back, they make up, he gets yet another ugly and terribly composed tattoo, and a homeless man stumbles into them, and it turns out it's Tessa's father who's been missing or just out of her life for 9 years. So this movie starts off with a flashback to the day that Tessa's mom kicked her dad out of the house for being an alcoholic. Then cuts to the three of them having a meal together where Hardin is obviously concerned that he's just going to hurt her again because he fucked off for 9 years and steal their stuff. And if you think that's going to be the major drama of this movie, you'd be wrong. It barely matters. So I'm sure it will matter more in the next installment because this was a huge conflict in this book. Then it finally comes out that Tessa is moving to Seattle. In the book, it is a lot more dramatic because Zed manipulates it so Hardin will hear Tessa without knowing. And again, Zed is a character that has been like completely omitted from these movies other than the first one. But he's one of the many other dudes that wants to be with Tessa. Reminder that the last book left off with Zed baiting Hardin into beating him up to try and convince Tessa that she should be with him instead. He's also the one that had the bet going with Hardin to see who could sleep with Tessa first, so he's always trying to be this good guy, but he's super manipulative. Honestly, though, so much insane shit happens in these books that I always forget that the whole thing started with a sex bet. And if I can forget about sex bet, just like imagine how bad the other stuff has to be. But again,
Yeah, because taking someone's virginity, whether they be a male or a female, is like for money is wrong. It's wrong. I don't care. It's not romantic at all. It's never romantic to take someone's virginity for a bet. That's just wrong. That's totally wrong.
None of this is going to matter for the movies because they wrote him out. Even though Tessa leaving is something that easily would have set Hardin over the edge before, it's a pretty mild fight, especially since he's hellbent on not going to Seattle and wants her to go to London after he graduates, even though she's still a first year. Oh god, a shitty fly-looking tattoo is creeping out of the shirt. Ugh. Again, there's just so much context in the last couple parts. You should definitely watch the first two before you watch this one. My videos, not the movies. Like, he is upset, but he doesn't completely fly off the handle, but he does go for a drink with Tessa's dad, which is obviously a horrible choice because he's an alcoholic, and Tessa would definitely prefer her boyfriend not enable that or fall into similar patterns. But a lot of this story, especially in the book, turns into this like parallel where Hardin is very similar to her dad. He's the kind of guy that drinks to avoid his problems, and if he keeps being the way he is, he's probably gonna wreck his own life even more than he often already does, but then also turn Tessa into the same kind of bitter woman that her mom is. It's Wuthering Heights again! Hardin even ends up starting a bar fight with someone who was curving on a picture of Tessa. So not exactly the way she wanted them to bond. But she still has sex with him, because of course she does. So at this point, 50 Shades has ruined ice cream for me, and After is now ruining just plain ice. So like, who's gonna ruin Creep? Let's not go there. We are 2 minutes in, and this particular scene in the book was actually way more about him pleasuring her, which is always the one and really only area that I will give Hardin like a pass. He is a very dedicated lover to his lover's pleasure. Oh, he's also not weird about periods. That's about it. Really bare minimum stuff here. Oh, he's gonna get pissed and chuck a lamp at the wall every now and again, but at least he's not weirded out by your bodily functions. God, I can't get over how horrendously shitty that tattoo is. Holy fuck. Now, when her dad gets picked up the next morning, it seems like it's by a fairly jovial-looking pal of his. But in the book, Hardin can tell that this person is into a lot more than alcohol, and their dad might be too. The lingering here would just take away from them bickering about Seattle more. And Hardin's main logic about not wanting to go is because he's not about that flashy life. Is Seattle flashy? I mean, that sounds like downtown Vegas. And he wouldn't have anything there, but he is completely willing to ask Tessa to move to a different continent where she has no friends or family or job, while Hardin, if he moved to Seattle, would have Vance, who's been his like lifelong mentor, friend of his mother, and literally just in a different city in the same states. He also hates all of his old friends, so why stick around? But he's also lying about not having anything. Kimberly let slip that Vance essentially offered Hardin any job he could want, so he absolutely would have something to move for. If you're wondering why this mentor figure would just pretty much offer Hardin the world, I'm pretty sure it's because he's his real daddy. Definitely talked about that in the last installment, but we'll get there. But because the apartment that Tessa had gotten in touch with to move to in Seattle never called back, Kimberly says she's more than welcome to move into her and Christian's place. Yay, you get to live with your boss. Woo. So Tessa obviously calls Hardin out on lying about not having anything in Seattle. But to be fair to him, when he got that offer, it would have been before he knew that Tessa was planning on moving there. So like it would just make sense. And once again, they realize if they just spoke to each other about things, like these issues wouldn't happen as much. But Tessa's always hesitant because Hardin always blows up from like literally nothing and emotionally destroys her. And she got the offer to move when he was in England ignoring her. 6 months they've been at this. 6 months. At this point in the book, I got the vibe that Hardin sabotaged the apartment, and we get that confirmation later. He called the realtor and specifically said that Tessa doesn't pay rent and trashes places, and she only found out when she overheard him trying to fix it on the phone. See, that's the type of drama I was expecting from this installment, but it's like the filmmakers were like, oh, well, like maybe we don't need them to be that dysfunctional this time. But like, that's why people are watching. But it's time for a nice little trip with Hardin's family, where Tessa starts expressing second thoughts about moving because of everything going on with Hardin. But thankfully, Landon's like, no, you wanted a job in publishing in Seattle since I met you. Get your ass there, dummy. And she has a nice moment with Hardin, and it seems like things might all work out. Until they go to a restaurant, and Hardin runs into a girl he knows named Lily, and Tessa's jealousy is palpable. But Hardin still sits with her for a bit. In the book, he only meets her when he gets down there. She happens to be the daughter of, like, Ken, his dad's friend. He quickly finds out she's gay, but still uses her to flaunt in front of Tessa to make her jealous. Until he thinks his waiter is flirting with Tessa, so Hardin asserts some dominance and bumps into him and makes things awkward. It's still probably not as awkward as Tessa needing them to, like, whip up some more basic pasta off menu.
The cedar plank salmon is our specialty. Too fancy. How about we whip you up something special?
The wood plank salmon sounds amazing, Robert. I'd love it. But no time to linger at the restaurant because it needs to cut to them having hot tub sex with the risk of getting caught. Look, they know who they're making these for. Like, props to them because they are hitting the demographic. Just gotta bump that drama up. On another note, though, probably don't do this in a hot tub. They are breeding grounds for bacteria, even with the chlorine. Like, you are asking for a UTI, ladies. And honestly, the chlorine itself is more likely to wreck your shit. So just don't. However, the hot tub scene in the book has a moment where Hardin forgets a condom and then starts accusing Tessa of wanting to trap him with a pregnancy, so they don't do it in the jacuzzi. Really, Hardin? She needs to trap you? She's literally moving to a different city, dude. You're the one who's gonna try to trap her down. But after this risky sesh, Hardin asks if the reason she's going to Seattle is because of Trevor.
Fucking Trevor!
Even though she was just talking about how much she wishes Hardin was going with her. How many men can be a conflict here? Reminder that in the book, Zed is also a romantic conflict. It's literally every man except Landon. But when he asks her if she ever had any feelings for Trevor, she starts saying that there was a moment, but he immediately jumps out and leaves, not giving her the chance to say, like, we went on a date when you were being a dick, and I still realized I wanted to be with you. And he bails to hang out with Lillian, which he makes sure Tessa knows in a way to make her jealous. So Tessa goes to get a drink with Landon and runs into Robert, the waiter. Where, of course,
The
Hardin
waiter.
shows up. The fucking drama of this shit. Like, they just need to get it.
We should probably leave.
I don't really want to go.
See, that's what you get for trying to make her jealous, Hardin. So as she's walking Robert out, he's like, hey, if you're ever in NYC, here's my number. And that seems like it might be likely because that's where Landon's going to be moving. So, like, maybe they're trying to write in some drama there because they wrote out Zed. In the book, this turns into a huge fight where Hardin once again emotionally destroys Tessa for pointing out their fight cycle. It seems you've forgotten how it
Fight
goes.
cycle.
You throw a fit over something I say, you walk away, and I only come after you so I can you. And you, he adds with a sinister glare, you always let me. Harden, what is wrong with you? Lillian is actually a voice of reason in the book, telling him, like, stop being a goddamn idiot that says hurtful things and treats her like property, and we get none of that in the movie. Though Tessa also flirts with Robert a lot more as all this is going down. It's a fucking mess, I'm telling you. Like, this is the mess I was expecting from the movie. In the film world, they're mostly chill until Harden finds the phone number and blows up at her. You don't get to choose who I have as friend.
I don't want to be your fucking friends, okay?
Then says he's the only reason she has a job at all, which is like partially true, and especially to the extent that it's expressed in the movies. Like, she's very good at her job and earn the internship, but like, how many first-year interns get offers to move in with the boss and not pay rent?
He loves you.
And not pay rent.
The number of people who can obviously overhear him flipping out at her that still just go and say, oh no, you're so good for him, is astounding to me. Like, at some point, someone other than Landon has to be like, yeah, look, maybe his behavior is getting better, but he is emotionally destroying her. Like, I get it, she's an adult, she can make her own choices, and she makes mistakes too, but like, still, vicious, toxic cycle. So they cut the romantic weekend short, and Hardin goes to talk to Vance and tells him he just doesn't want a job as a handout, and Vance actually tells Hardin that Tessa earned the job and didn't get the handout. She's excellent at her work, but like, some of what she's getting has to be because of the relationship that Vance has with Hardin.
She'll do smashing it.
That was smashing.
You can't set me up like that. The book will do little to prove to me that Tessa has earned this because she is constantly bailing on work for Hardin-related shenanigans. But it's fine. In the book, Hardin's dad actually recommends therapy. Finally, someone said the words. Like, this boy doesn't just argue with people. He specifically goes out of his way to say things that he knows is going to emotionally damage the people he allegedly loves. He even has a chat about his impending alcoholism. It's like all sorts of stuff the movie just doesn't have time to address. He doesn't go to therapy, but still, the suggestion was made. I need therapy. So he realizes he's been an idiot and goes to talk to Tessa, but she's already gone to Seattle. In the book, however, he basically boots her out and says she's got to find somewhere else to stay for the weekend until she moves to Seattle, and they've essentially broken up. So she calls her old roommate Steph so she can stay in that bed that she used to have in the dorms. Now, there's a going away party that happens here in the books, and it's all being organized by Steph, who hasn't been a great friend up until this point, but still a better friend than most of the people in this group, including Molly, who was on the receiving end of this. So Steph's supposed to be slightly more positive, even though I don't understand why any of them even pretend to like one another at all, but apparently Steph is the worst of them all. If you're sensitive to assault and you want to skip ahead, I'm going to have a timestamp on the screen right now and something you can click down below. Nothing super graphic happens, but just a warning. Because she gives Tessa a new drink she made, especially for...
No way! I got you a drink. Steph smiles and takes the cup that's already in my hand. She replaces it with an identical one filled with pink liquid. Cherry vodka sour. Duh. She squeals at my confusion, and I force an awkward laugh out while I raise the cup to my lips.
And it's drugged. And Zed seems to immediately realize that whatever was given to her was drugged and is super concerned about her being invited by Steph, but when he to try to figure out what's up, he made especially for her, and it's drugged. And Zed seems to immediately
Did Steph give you that? His tone is serious, too serious. And my mind is slow, too slow. Yeah? So? He snatches the cup from the counter. Stay here, he commands, and I nod slowly.
That whatever was given to her was drugged and is super concerned about her being invited by Steph, but when he goes to try to figure out what's up, the effects start to kick in on Tessa, which is when she gets brought upstairs by Dan. And when she thinks Steph comes in to help her, she's like a completely different person. You were too busy being a you-know-what, going back and forth between Zed and Hardin, to realize that I've actually always despised you. Did you think if I really gave a crap about you, I would have told you that Hardin was only dating you to win a bet? Don't you think a friend would have warned you? Or going back and forth between Zed and Hardin to realize that I've actually always despised you. Don't you think if I really gave a shit about you, I would have told you that Hardin was only dating you to win a bet? Don't you think a friend would have warned you? This is where the fan fiction truly shines through, because real people don't act this way. So for those of you who don't remember, in the last book, it was basically revealed that Hardin has frequently done these see who can sleep with a girl faster bets. And one time he recorded himself having sex with somebody's younger sister and then sent that person the video, and that brother was Dan, aka the person that is in the room with Tessa right now. Why?
Why? Dan echoes, bringing his face close to mine. Why? Your asshole boyfriend taped himself doing the do with my sister. That's why. His warm breath on my face feels like mud.
Boyfriend taped himself fucking my sister. That's why. So this is some sick revenge. Dan's gonna record himself committing a felony on a girl who is drugged and then send it to Hardin as revenge. Kids these days videotaping their felonies. Don't worry.
Kids these days, they don't know what's right from wrong. Taping someone and then using it as revenge. My, how original, how life-changing. Not.
Dan doesn't plan to sleep with her, just like touch her and take videos to make it look like that's what happened. Totally fine, guy. God. And Molly was actually in on it, except she thought they were just going to be taking pictures of her. So when she realizes it's worse, she's the one who actually goes to warn Hardin. But Zed beats him to the punch because he could tell something was up and takes her to her mom's place 2 hours away. But like, holy shit, this book. Again, none of this is in the movie because none of these characters are around anymore. Tessa and Hardin just get into a fight over the phone number, and then Tessa goes to Seattle and still isn't talking to her mom. But she forgot some composition journals, and Hardin starts reading one. It's about how much he's hurt her forever and always, so he grabs a drink to keep reading, but ends up dumping it down the drain so he doesn't just cycle into the same patterns he always does. A single moment of positive development for Hardin Scott. So Tessa gets to Vance and Kimberly's. I just can't imagine feeling comfortable living with my boss and his wife long term, but it is an amazing place, and it's hard to beat the rent of free, but she's having a hard time settling because Hardin hasn't tried to reach out, and the people there are just randomly super rude. So she eventually breaks and tries calling him, and then hears a woman in the background and hangs up, but it turns out it was his trainer. Seems like he's gotten super well adjusted in the past few days, redirecting his anger into kickboxing classes with Landon, of all people, giving up on drinking. In the book, they're still not talking, and Trevor is, of course, in the office, but he's not in the movies anymore because Dylan didn't reprise the role, and it doesn't look like they've recast him unless something changes in the next movie. Again, this movie just sucked out all the fun conflicts. There's like no Sprouse brother, there's no shitty friends, no Tessa yelling.
You're toxic and you're bad news. That's what he said in the film. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Power. Power.
If you thought them being apart would stop the sex, you'd be wrong, because you get to experience the one and only time phone sex works in a piece of media. That's actually probably healthy. Good for them. Making long distance work. Then Hardin has a nightmare of her sleeping with Robert, so of course he visits her the very next day. It was Zed, which made way more sense to his tortured psyche. He tells her that he read her journal, that she's a brilliant writer, but it makes him apologize for his terrible behavior. Better late than never. But he can't stop thinking about the nightmare anytime he goes to kiss her, so his own nightmare is potentially going to ruin his relationship, but obviously not. In the middle of the night, he goes to take out his fabricated frustrations on the boxing setup they conveniently have in the home gym. But he thinks it's because she should potentially be with someone else because it would make her life better and easier. Yeah, true, but they've kind of become...
Oh no! I have nightmares. I can't get rid of these nightmares until I found Tessa. Tessa, come and save me. Save me from my nightmares. Fix me with your love. Fix me. You're my therapist. Fix me with your love. So that my heart will go on and we will be lovers forever, which will never happen because we're both toxic.
This interesting little toxic unit disaster together. Though in the book this time around, it is pretty much all from Hardin's side. He is cruel and possessive and just mean. But of course, in the movie, this leads to forget about your nightmare sex. I think it leads to that in the book too. Sometimes I just skim through things because like my brain just can't.
We didn't use protection.
Oh God, they didn't use protection. Please don't add pregnancy to the list of shit in this. Oh my God. I'm asking for more disaster, but not in this way. I'm sick of baby drama being the thing. Oh good, a morning after pill. I don't even care if that was a sponsor deal. We don't need the baby drama. I don't even think that's a real brand. Either way, good job, movie. When I tried to look up Provent, it just thinks that I'm spelling the word prevent improperly. So it's like, how to prevent pregnancy. But Hardin's gonna get back for classes, and it looks like their apartment was broken into, but it was obviously Tessa's dad who stumbled in a bloody mess because he owes someone $500. So Hardin gives him a watch to pawn. So yeah, a lot more going on with him than just alcohol. In the book, his buddy that picked him up the other day is actually in the apartment at that time beating the shit out of him. So Hardin knows that Tessa's dad is both on drugs and in debt because of them. In the movie, Tessa goes to finally get herself some birth control where the doctor says something is wrong with her cervix that could prevent her from getting pregnant at all. But I bet that's just going to be set up for them like being a little bit careless and she gets pregnant, but I guess we'll find out in the next one. But with all the excitement, Hardin does eventually decide he wants to be in Seattle with Tessa, but he's going to have to wait 2 months until graduation because it's too close to the end of the year to like orchestrate the transfer. But he goes back to Seattle for an event that Vance is throwing to tell Tessa that he does plan to move and that he's booked them both tickets to his mom's wedding in England. And while they're there, Hardin lets Tessa's dad stay at their apartment. We won't see him again for the duration of the movie. In the book, it turns into a thing where Chad comes by looking for him and Tessa realizes what's up but is in denial and wants to get Hardin's watch back. So Hardin calls her mom and that obviously turns into a bigger mess. But in London, Hardin goes like wandering around town while Tessa is out shopping with his mom, and there's this scene where like an entire group of people outside the pub just know who Hardin is. And it's clearly so we can just be like, oh no, sorry guys, better not, because he's cutting back on the whole drinking thing. But like really, a whole group of people just randomly outside a pub know him. Damn, there's only 14 minutes left of this movie for things to get interesting because this is pretty damn bland. The last one wasn't deeply interesting, but again, we had some shit show moments to make up for it.
I'm not wearing any underwear.
Fucking crap.
And yeah, there's the shit show. Hardin wants in on his mom having sex with Vance the night before her wedding. And Vance has a baby on the way with his brand new wife. In the book, I don't think Kimberly is pregnant, but for some reason in the movie she is. So I'm like, oh man, they're finally going to reveal that he's the dad. He almost does it, but then it doesn't happen. So Hardin breaks down, clearly upset with his mother for obvious reasons. But holy shit, the mom still gets married, and Kimberly is there too and seems to know what happened and still went with him. I could not have anticipated that the disaster would have centered on everyone other than Hardin and Tessa. Still boring, like at least in the book, the future husband stumbles in on the scuffle and knows what's up. So Vance asks Hardin to meet him at a hotel bar where he reveals that he's his real daddy, while Kimberly is telling Tessa the same thing. And it all ends with Don't Let Me Go by the Fray, Tessa's favorite band. Again, say what you will about Twilight and Stephenie Meyer, but at least Stephenie Meyer likes good music. So Tessa and Hardin reunite in supportive fashion because for once the drama has nothing to do with their relationship. To be continued. Because they film them back to back, so it's already confirmed. Yay, I can't wait. I actually hope it'll at least be interesting because this one was bland. The book literally cuts out
Bland.
Vance is his father, and that's an ending. Like, God, this movie sucks. Half of the fun of this series is being horrified at how exhausting and terrifying the relationship is. And yeah, I'd like some resolution eventually, because otherwise, what has this all been for? But like, if you want to speed things up, at least make things interesting. Bring in some better outside conflicts if you want Hardin to start being more like mature. The book has all the drama I mentioned, and then like more. Like, there's all this weird stuff where like Lily's dad, who's Vance's friends, having a mistress, and then she's actually the one who lets slip that Vance is Hardin's real dad. Tessa getting drunk and dancing on top of a bar at the encouragement of Lily's girlfriend Riley, who's just randomly around for a bit. 2 girls at Vance Publishing that hate Tessa because they know she's with Hardin. Stuff with Trevor. It's a lot. Obviously, it was 848 pages, and so much of it is the same with Hardin just going back and forth between being loving and controlling to cruel, and then love bombing her and trying to control her some more. But hey, still more entertaining than this movie. So that is going to do it for After We Fell. I, for one, just can't wait to see where this is going to go next, because this one was the stinker of the bunch, which is saying a lot. If you're a fan of this series, let me know what you thought of this movie, because I personally feel like after reading the book, I would have been even more annoyed with the movie because it was just so bland. Like, be unhealthy, be insane, but don't be boring. Yeah, it's definitely going to get an official rotten rating from me. But that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks as always to my Patreon supporters. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on the video if you're into that kind of thing. I have all my social medias linked down below if you want to follow me there. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm mostly okay. We'll catch you all later.
I'm mostly okay. All right. Everybody feel with me. Got the camera to me. Something else on this world. Camera won't let me down. So very good love I say. But this people won't let me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll stay. Yeah, I want it all. Making me for too long. Something else on this world. Something else we get too long. Something else we get too long. Something else we get too long. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll stay. Tomorrow, Are we the last living souls? 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 Explain how you step away to behave, to the mind, it's me, it's mine, it doesn't change, and it goes, and more. Are we the last living souls? Are we the last living souls? Are we the last little birds who was born never good of even know what we know because it's seen and keep conveyed at a face? Are we the last living souls? 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 Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Lord, save me from all I have done. God, it's not wrong. I see myself dead. The Lord, see me now. Take that sin, the heart that's come in. Cold as meal, it doesn't carry it. No. I'm moving forward. It's hot. I see you walk into the fall. And when you get there, you see, you get the laugh. And you all need a good laugh. Living soul. You're the laugh. Living soul. You're the laugh. Living soul. You're the laugh. Living soul. Magic for me. Magic make no sound. It's just me. It could be underground. Magic on me. Really got me down. Invade the city. It make my heart beat no sound. 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 And let me turn myself. Come on. Turn my head on. Turn my head on. Magic for me. Magic get me through. He said to walk through. Magic for me. Magic get me through. It's all good for me. Make this thing walk through you. 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 And let me tell myself, tell on. Tell on. You turn my head on, head on, head on. She made me kill myself. Come on. Come on. Come on. Head on, head on, head on. You turn my head on. You turn my head on. Let's see what I can watch next. All the world for my equation. Right now, that's the problem. And if you're coming back by me, you better have good. Turn the left hand. I don't want this isolation. You will stay on the hunt for this rifle. Right now, that's the ball rolling. I want you to take a drink of my I'm the lonely in the left hand. Set my head down. I don't want this isolation. You just stay with me. If I pick it up, will it know that I can or do I set out onto the motion of making I will only left hand. I don't want this isolation. It stays on me. If I pick it up, then I know that or do I head out on the low? Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. It's there. It's there. On you, you got it. That's what you do, baby. Hold it down there. Don't dig the mall family. Don't back and forth. Feel like you, but there's what you got. Never do no harm, never do no harm. Yeah, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. It's there.
Yeah. You got plastic on you. You just think that's what you do, baby. Hold it down, there. Jump with the mall and move it. Jump back and forth. Feel like you were there yourself. Work it out. Never did no harm. Never did no harm. It's down. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. It's there. Never do no harm. Never do no harm. It's there. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. It's there. You got that shit on you. You just think that's what you do, baby. Hold it down, man. Just with the mall and move it. Jump back and forth. Feel like you were there yourself. Work it out. You got the best fit on you. You just think it. That's what you do, baby. Hold it down. There. Jump with the mall and move it. Jump back and forth and feel like you were there yourself. Work it out. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Coming up, 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 coming up. It's there.
killed for crying in the fucking river. I can't believe we have to study even though we apologize for the bullshit that we went through. I don't understand why you're so angry about all of this. What more do you want from them, Samantha? Bullshit, Juno. Since when do we have to study for all of those late assignments that we've missed? I'm supposed to be an A+ student at Butler School, and look where I'm at now. Can't you at least calm down and just take the punishment, Samantha? Well, Juno, do you want me to tie you up in the chair and let me ask you who's responsible for all of this fucking shit? Okay, sorry. Please don't murder me, Samantha. I'm only 9 years old. Oh, be quiet. I'm not that psychotic, you know. Please chill out. Listen, Samantha, I know you dislike the punishments that the faculty gave us, but there's nothing we can do. Either you take the punishment or face expulsion from the faculty. Which one will you choose? Damn it. Okay, fine, screw it. When we go back home, the three of us will go into the kitchen and review all of our notes for our late homework assignments. Do I make myself clear? Roxanne and Juno? Jesus Christ, you didn't have to shout Sam. I hear you loud and clear too, Samantha. Very, very, very loud and clear.
Randall Jeremiah Harvey. You've got to be kidding me.
Dad, please be civil. I just want to play my video games for a little while. Is that too much to ask?
Randall, did you really think I'll let you get off scot-free from the trouble you and your friends caused a few days ago?
But Dad, that was then and this is now.
I don't even want to hear it. You're only saying that because you fear studying.
So what did my stupid little brother do this time?
It's probably something retarded like being turned into a furry, which conjured a lot of furries to create NSFW art and masturbate to their own drawings.
Excuse me, you two? That part about people jacking off to NSFW furry art on the internet never happened. Sure, my friends and I turned into animals and caused a lot of mayhem. But let me fucking remind you, nothing sexual happened. And you want to know why, Aaron?
Because we're fucking underage minors, you stupid lummox!
You got that, you son of a bitch?
Yes, we get it. For God's sakes, you're such a baby, Randall.
Now that's enough. All three of you. Randall, go to your room and start studying your books.
This sucks.
Wait for us, big brother. We'll help you.
Frank and Aaron, both of you go to your room and I'll punish the both of you when I'm done stirring this potion.
God damn it.
Let me know if you three need any help. Oh, we're fine at the moment, Brandon, but thank you. Although, I'm having a little bit of trouble with problem 25 in my math book, though. What problem are you having trouble solving on number 25, Andrew? It's a division problem, Gerald. It reads 120 divided by 10. Oh, you mean that question? 120 divided by 5 is 24.
Wow! Thanks! 5 times 24 equals 120. So 120 divided by 5 is 24. It's an interesting flip-flop.
Obviously, division is the opposite of multiplication. Think of them as fraternal twins on both sides of the coin.
Hello, Randall. How's your day going?
It's okay so far. Too bad that I have to sit in my boring room, putting my brain to good use. I'm going on Quizlet to study these flashcards for my science class.
And I'm having my dad help me read Clover by Dory Sanders for English class.
Should I change into my school uniform to look more professional?
Randall, make sure you review those flashcards thoroughly and don't even attempt to skim through them.
That's what I'm doing.
Really?
Cindy?
You think I'm beautiful just the way I am? Thank you.
Cindy!
That means the world to me, Courtney.
Bitch, get your ass off of the phone now! Do you hear me calling your damn name?
Hey! You just ruined my conversation with Courtney, you jerk.
Talking to Courtney can wait later. You do realize that we have to do a lot of cramming before the weekend?
Stupid. That's what I was doing all along. Look! I was out shopping with Trudy and Maxine and they picked out an academic attire that I can wear for Saturday school. See?
Oh, my bad. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Cindy. I didn't mean to cut you and Courtney off. I didn't know you were going out shopping with your sisters because I accidentally thought that you were being lazy and not taking your studies very seriously. Forgive me for my dumb outburst. I'm sorry.
You're fine, Sierra. Courtney's been blowing up my phone ever since this morning.
Geez, Courtney is one real chatterbox, isn't she?
Yep.
You guys want to continue studying?
Yes.
Mom, do you mind? I'm trying to study here. No! Where was I?
Gerald, are you feeling all right? Wait, what? Who, me? Oh, I'm fine, Andrew. I'm just sleepy, that's all. Now that the two of you mentioned it, I'm getting a little sleepy as well.
I'm in the same boat as the three of you.
Why don't we rest for a while so that we have enough energy to finish studying for tomorrow?
Agreed.
I'll put the snacks back in the kitchen.
Let's see what my friends are up to. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rebecca.
How's the studying coming along?
It's going good, Rebecca. I'm just doing some reading exercises based on a book I've read titled Clover. And I was up all night solving division equations. Can you believe that? At least me and Roxanne are putting in the hard work on our studies, unlike a certain somebody in here. Shut the hell up, Juno! I hope you listen to 1-800-SUICIDE by Gravediggers, and I'll wait for the end results. What did you just say, Samantha? Nothing. Samantha, did you just threaten Juno with a suicide dare?
Bitch, what is wrong with you? You do realize that suicide is a very serious issue to not make lighter.
You apologize to Juno, or I'll tell Mom that you're slacking off on your studies. Do I make myself clear?
And this time, make your apology as authentic as possible.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry, alright, I will never make a suicide threat again. Are you happy now, Juno? Are you sure about that, you jerk? I'm truly sorry, Juno. Good. That makes me feel better.
Any plans for the rest of the week?
Not really. I guess because all of us are still on punishment. Hey, look what I bought from the mall earlier.
Yo, Cindy, what's in a shopping bag? A brand new set of headphones?
I know. A brand new video game?
No, it's even better, Kyle.
Is it Viagra? What did I say?
Okay, seriously? What the hell was that? Randall, what you said was so messed up it makes me want to vomit.
That's right. It was so sus as well.
And don't forget that we're children, you know.
Okay, fine. I'll drop the sex joke. Fuck!
Never mind. I'll show it to you when we get to school tomorrow. For the time being, let's continue studying so that our brains can be fresh for Saturday.
Very good.
And now after him, there's just after. Can you please go out into the hall so I can get dressed?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm not looking.
What?
This is what
What?
Harding turned in. I think it was actually written more for you than it was for me.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You once asked who I loved most in this world. It's you.
I think that it's better if we keep our distance.
You mean us? If you want to dump Mr. High School, then go ahead, but don't do it on my account.
I thought that you just wanted to be friends.
You're not ready yet.
I don't think we can ever be just friends. I'm a mess.
Really? Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Truth or dare?
No.
Come on. Isn't this a kid's game? Not the way we play.
Hey, Tessa.
I'm so sick of your crap. Everybody is. Everybody's sick of what you put us through.
Is there anything you want to tell Tessa? Yeah, like what's been going on between you and her?
Nothing's going on with me and her.
Well, I don't believe you.
What have you said?
You know, you. Wait. Are you a virgin? Shame on you. You're disgusting.
Turn it off.
It was all a game.
I don't like any of you.
After you. No, honestly, I insist.
No, I insist.
No, honestly.
No, my mother raised me to be.
Okay.
Harden is complicated.
So, you're at a party. Have you been drinking?
I just had one drink.
Okay, so you go to college and now you drink. That's really great, Tessa.
Why does he act like he was her father and she were a little girl? I hate this movie as character.
If I leave now, you're cut off. It's gonna break your heart. You're cut off. It's gonna break your heart. If I leave now, you're cut off. It's gonna break your heart. If I leave now.
I leave now.
If I leave now.
You're cut off. You're cut off.
You're cut off. It's gonna break your heart.
Not this.
You're cut off. It's gonna
If I leave now.
If I leave now.
You're cut off. It's gonna break your hearts.
You're cut off. It's gonna break your heart.
Not this.
Who do you love the most in the world?
Easy. Myself.
What's with all the old books? Who brings books to college?
Tessa, he's just trying to get a reaction.
Well, he's not gonna get one from me.
Like, I'm so done with him. I'm just done. It's too much. I'm through.
People change.
Clearly. It still doesn't change what happened.
And now after him.
After we collided.
It's a story you've heard before, passed down from the Greeks, through Shakespeare, the Brontes, Jane Austen.
Not this.
Not this.
Can you hold the elevator, please? What? What? Halfway. Oh, the elevator. Halfway. Look, I'm sorry. It's my first date. I'm just trying to make an impression.
Oh, certainly succeeded at that. Little work tip. It helps if you don't wear the same clothes every day. That and showering. I made you something. And I found a 2013 Toyota Corolla in town in excellent condition. I went down to the dealership, negotiated terms, and you put no money down. You only pay $150 a month. Vance also agreed to put your auto insurance on company policy. Let me talk to her. That's not gonna happen. Trevor, I'm not fucking paying with you. Shut the fuck up and listen to me. You're toxic.
You're toxic and you're bad news. You're toxic and you're bad news.
Trevor, I'm so sorry about last night.
Don't be. If I showed up to my girlfriend's hotel room and I saw a half-naked, incredibly handsome man there, I'd react the same way. If you love Tessa, and I think that you do, let her go. Trevor, I just want to talk to her, please. Please. Trevor, please, just let me talk to her. Give her a chance to find happiness in this life, because she's never going to find it with you. My sister has struggled with addiction her whole life. This thing between you and Hardin, it's not going to end well.
Well, you're wrong.
So where are you?
Ooh, somewhere that you're not.
Because I have your location. I can find you.
What happened?
Taunts you, I fucking...
What happened? What happened?
Taunts you, I fucking watched it happen, you bastard!
Everything I'm saying! You're lying!
Look, Hardin, I think this is a missed call.
You're such a dick. Why are you even here?
Such a dick. Why are you even here?
Taking advantage of drunk girls.
Either you fuck me or you leave. You decide.
The stone that cut you from it didn't bleed it out. Why? Tessa would never kiss a fucking stranger at a club.
There is no you're Tessa anymore.
Yeah, but when you were kissing that guy, I was fucking Molly. I told her I fucked Molly.
You slept with Molly?
Well, I said I did. That's the point. I didn't. I said it to get back at her, and I realized how stupid that was.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell her that we broke up?
She was so excited when I told her first. I couldn't ruin it for her. She's my mum. I was trying to make her forgive me.
For what?
Because I'm trying to be a better person for you. That's what I fucking do. Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
Now fuck off.
It's my boss. I have to get this.
Are you serious?
Hi, Kimberly. What's wrong? Guess who? Okay, I'll give you a hint. She's super fucking hot, a lot of fun, and loves to fuck.
Mother Teresa.
You look like a lost little puppy over some Virgin Mary turned skank who doesn't even want you! The fuck you looking at, freshman? You want me to steal your boyfriend? So turn the fuck around.
Fuck you.
Molly's here! Fucking kidding me? Fuck this. So what books have you written? Oh, this and that.
This is down the third. So what books have you written?
Oh,
this is down the third.
He told me that the nightmares went away when he started seeing you.
Okay.
Your mom told me that you were coming home today. Your mom told me about the internship.
Are you kidding? Why is she calling you?
I'm sorry.
Hello?
Tessa, why aren't you in the office?
Oh yeah, I thought it was
Kidding. Happy New Year.
Don't people think it looks strange?
I don't give a fuck what people think.
Which people don't you have a fuck about?
Oh shit. Don't say fuck.
Shit.
Bro.
Shit.
It's Bill Gates.
Happy New Year, bitch!
Get off me!
Oh, that shit's so foul.
Get off me!
Just hear me out. What the fuck? Wait! She kissed me. Fuck off.
Hey.
Dad?
Dad.
Dad? Oh no, is that Dad? That's Dad? Who could have saw that plot twist coming?
I can't tell you how good it is to see you again, Jesse.
The prodigal father has returned. What for? What do you want?
Oh, Lord. Again. A fucking again.
Are you still drinking?
But you, of all people, should appreciate me giving him a second chance.
Me, of all people, would know that he's probably out there right now shoving all of our shit into his pockets. He's gonna hurt you.
You're not gonna have any time for anything like friends, family, and especially not people like...
People like who? Me? The fuck are you thinking breaking in here?
You're here now. Just tell me where you keep the key.
You look like shit.
Sorry.
Then why can't you just trust me?
I do trust you. It's them I don't trust.
No, you don't. You don't trust me. You don't trust anyone. You just control them.
I don't have hair.
You'd have me.
Sorry.
Trust me. Then why can't you just trust me?
I do trust you. It's them I don't trust.
No, you
trust
don't.
anyone.
You don't
just
trust me.
control
You
them.
don't trust anyone. You just control them.
Why you have
I don't have anything there.
You'd have me.
Okay, that's not enough.
Fuck you.
Well, if I'm not enough, that's your problem. But you're not gonna stop me.
Me when I was your age. Fuck that. Yeah, seriously? Hey, buddy. Private conversation if you don't mind.
Hey, just trying to get some ideas.
Why?
My daughter, you fucking piece of shit.
Like what?
Yeah. What about him?
What about him? Mr. Grumpy, if he loves you, he could follow you. Just saying.
There was a moment when... Hey, seriously? Okay. I'm more into like pasta.
Carbs, yeah, love carbs. We have.
No, it's not for him. It's the
It's-
best.
It's the best.
It
right?
is, yeah.
We should probably leave now.
I don't really want to go. The only thing that would make it better is if you came with me.
I don't know why you want me there.
We do need to stop keeping secrets from each other. Did I do something? You barely said a word to me the whole night.
I can't help but think that you should be with someone else. Your life would be so much easier. All this bad shit that I've been trying to suppress for so long, it's just all coming up.
Please, Hub, just stop it.
Don't fucking yell at me. You don't get to tell me what to do, you know. You were just getting fucked on the counter like a slag.
Don't you talk to your mum like that.
Fuck off.
Hey.
Let me use the bathroom right quick. I'm gonna end this live stream in about a minute. Look at one last video. Oh wait, I gotta clean the microwave too.
What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. It's your boy Damien there.
The Prince family is without a doubt the worst channel on this entire. Do not think that you could find a single video of theirs that is not clickbait, with a stupid edited thumbnail, with a title that has absolutely nothing to do with the actual video. Now, I can already sense some idiots in the comments saying, oh, you're just jealous, you wish you were them, you're just a hater. No, I'm not. I really don't wish I was the Prince family. I have some respect for myself, but I just cannot fathom why they have a following as large as they do. You know, most of the time in the normal world, if you try to sell a product that is not what it says it is, people usually get mad. They might return your product. They might even sue you. So how is it that 8 million people want to keep watching videos that are not only the exact same every single time, but are also falsely advertised every single time? It doesn't really make sense to me. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Prince family, don't you worry. I got you covered. I went and gathered a few of their popular uploads and a couple of their more recent ones to give you a good idea of what the Prince family is all about. Now, we're not going to be watching them all the way through because the average video on their channel is like 30 minutes long, and it's 30 minutes full of absolutely nothing. So, trust me, you don't want to see it. So we're going to start off strong here. Y'all know how much I hate YouTube pranks, so we might as well start with one. And we're starting with a YouTube classic, a good old-fashioned suicide prank, because everybody knows that that shit's hilarious, right? Please subscribe.
What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. It's your girl,
Wow, that intro alone was enough to make me want to delete my editing program, terminate my channel, just move on. Bianca, you almost got the best of me there.
And I am back once again, guys, with another prank video. Prank video. Prank video. Alright, guys, so I'm back once again with another banger.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that description of this video. Banger is not the word that comes to mind. Oh, and get ready for a lot more of that, because they really like to repeat things to try and pad the runtime, you know, to get more of that sweet, sweet ad revenue. So just prepare yourself.
Blood everywhere. I have blood basically by the door so they would know something's happened. I got a bike, the kids' wagon, I got a chair falling. You walk and then you see more blood, and then you see like all this stuff basically just thrown down. More blood. All the kids' toys are destroyed. We have more blood.
I feel like all the family prank channels saw like one person do this prank and then just decided to run with it, because it's like Bianca here is not quite understanding what's supposed to be going on. Like, why would there be a mess downstairs? Why would there be blood downstairs? You're in the bathroom. It doesn't really make much sense.
I'm here. Damon. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Damon, where you at, man? How far away is you, man?
Oh yes, good idea. Call her husband and not the police. Alright, so let's just address real quick that obviously everyone in this video is aware that this is a prank. Nobody here actually thinks anything bad has happened, but they're obviously trying to play it off like they do. Can you imagine how awful of a friend you have to be, how awful of a wife you have to be, to think it would be funny, to think it'd be like a ha-ha silly moment, to make them all think you're dead? I feel like more than anything else, the word prank has lost its meaning on YouTube.
Yo, B! Bianca! B! Bianca! Yo, Dad, bro! B! Bianca, wake up! B, wake the up! Yo, get in here! Bro, oh my God! Oh my God! B, wake up! Bianca! Oh my God!
Wow, such good acting. So funny. Really got them, guys. I like how all these pranks are immediately discredited, like nobody could ever try and say that they're actually real, because no one in them ever tries to call 911, because they're aware that there's no emergency. Like, all these pranks are like these weird compassion tests, like to see if you'd go hold their dead body and start wailing. But I think the most compassionate thing you can do, the thing that would show you cared the most in this situation, is calling 911.
She's breathing? She's breathing. B. I think she got water in her? Why is she smiling? Oh, bruh, come on.
Alright, there's a lot to unpack here. If I was in the husband's situation, I would probably divorce my wife for pulling this shit on me. But if I was in the wife's situation, I would probably divorce my husband for opting to bathe in the water with me instead of calling 911. Now, I want to show you this next video, which really encapsulates every single thing wrong with this channel. Now, the title of this video is Pray for the Prince Family House. Firefighters pulled up. And this is the thumbnail of this video. We got a house fire in the back, firefighters putting it out. They look pretty sad, they're crying. We got caution tape across the screen, a broken heart. This looks like it could be really bad, guys. Let's see what happened.
We need to leave immediately.
We gotta leave?
How?
Bro.
Ah, a busted pipe. I didn't see one of those in the thumbnail. I'll make sure to pray for y'all, Prince family. Even though you probably made enough money from this bullshit video to buy 1,000 pipes. I'll keep you in my prayers. You know, I wonder if it ever gets tiring. Having to constantly look for minor inconveniences in your already super padded millionaire lifestyle, and then take them and blow them way out of proportion to try to make more money, seems pretty contrived. Now, next on our agenda, we have another banger prank. The classic, the timeless, giving up our children for adoption prank. Yeah, I guess they'll turn anything into a prank, huh?
What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. It's your boy Damien, and I'm back once again, guys. What another prank video on Bianca. Now today, I got a special guest in the building. You want to introduce yourself?
Drama Alert P.
Hey, so I got my boy Drama Alert P in the building, and we about to do this crazy epic prank. Now me and him teamed up to do this prank on Bianca called, as you guys read by the title, Giving Baby Nova Up for Adoption Prank.
This is what I'm talking about when I said the word prank has lost all meaning. This is not a prank. You cannot just slap the word prank on the end of a sentence and think that changes anything. This is like mental abuse. If the people in this video weren't in on it, but they are. But if you were doing this to a person who didn't know, this is like mental fuckery.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you doing?
I'm pretty well. Who are you?
I'm Pierre from Child Protective Services.
Why?
He's here to pick up Nova.
Why? I'm confused.
Sit down.
I don't want to sit down.
Just have a seat.
I don't want to sit down.
Sit down, have a seat.
Okay, so why are you here?
Can you get her bottle real quick? She's hungry.
She's hungry, but
Or you want to hold her for her?
no, he does not have to hold her.
Yeah, watch out.
It's okay, man. We have the baby.
B.
Give me my daughter, Damien, stop! It was Hartley too.
I already signed the papers.
Okay, I didn't sign the papers. You can't just give her up without me signing it.
I got full custody.
There's just so much wrong with this. Like, who is watching this and finding it entertaining? Like, none of their pranks even make sense. If you are in a marriage, you have to have your husband's or wife's consent to give your child up for adoption. You can't just go behind their back and get rid of your kid. Like, nothing has made sense so far. All the stuff being messed up downstairs in the last prank, this like surprise adoption. Who is coming back to these videos and why?
B, look. Hey, look. B, it's a prank.
No!
B, look, it's a prank.
No, I'm not falling for that.
I got the camera right here. Come, it's a prank. This Pierre.
They didn't even leave out the fact that she knew the guy, so let's just run through this video real quick. Not only did she know the guy acting as a CPS agent, she knew, quotation marks, that she didn't sign any papers. The dad somehow got full custody in one day without her knowing, and he completed the adoption process in the time it took her to go to Target. Got it. Now this last video I'm going to show you, I'm sure many of you have already seen. If you are aware of the Prince family's existence, there's a good chance that you learned about them through this video. It's kind of become a meme at this point, but it's just too absurd word not to include. That's right, you guessed it. I'm talking about CPS almost took our kids from us. Seafood boil mukbang.
What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. It's your boy Damien there.
Wow, they look really distraught over the fact that their kids almost got taken away. I hope they recover. Okay, so after going through the video, I actually watched the entire thing for you guys. I found nothing related to the title. Am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? I mean, that's 30 minutes I will never get back. Would have rather stared at a wall for that time. Well, that's just about all the Prince family that I can endure to actually put into this video, so I'm gonna have to call it quits. If you think that there is a single worse YouTube channel, let me know, because I don't think there is. And don't try to comment NNA Productions or J Station. That's amateur crap. Hit me with some real juice. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and walk on over to that subscribe button, and touch it. It's free. It will cost you nothing. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Words cannot even describe my disgust for this channel. Absolutely sickening, I tell you. But do you know what words can't describe either? How delicious August the Duck's videos are. So make sure you subscribe, so you never miss any of them. If you don't, I will be forced to uppercut your grandmother.
All right. I'm gonna end this live stream right here. Final words. I'm going to review 2 of Herb Alpert's albums, Keep Your Eye on Me and his Rise album. And for Halloween, I'm doing Isham, covering both of his albums, Kill the Fetus and Dead Flowers. And on December, it's the Tiny Toons and Animaniacs review. So be on the lookout for those. With that being said, this is Rayshawn Butler. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. And I'll see you in the next live stream. Peace.